When it comes to comfort and Tuttle, local matters.
And nobody keeps our hometown in the game like Coke's Mechanical Heat and Air.
Owned and operated right here in Tuttle by Bo Kokenauer and his family, Coke's Mechanical is your MVP for heating and cooling.
Bo knows Oklahoma weather changes faster than a fourth quarter comeback.
And he'll keep you comfortable year-round, no matter the score.
Proud to be the official Heat and Air sponsor of Tiger TV.
Coke's Mechanical Heat and Air,
where local matters and your comfort wins.
Williams Foods, more than just a grocery store. Williams Foods has been serving communities since 1971. That is 45 years strong and counting. We are successful because we offer great service, great prices, fresh produce, and the best meat money can buy. Williams Foods is not just in your communities, we are a part of your community. We donate 1% back to any nonprofit organization, and we donate up to 6 cents per labels to anyone fundraising. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
Shelter Insurance, Joy speaking.
It's Aubrey. I need to file a claim.
How can I help?
When I got home from school today, I found the house completely in shambles. All the windows are broken, the roof is ripped off, and the kitchen is destroyed.
Put your brother on the phone.
Mitchell, Mom's on the phone.
When the unexpected strikes, see shelter agent Rhonda Littleton in Oklahoma City.
At Core Orthodontics in Newcastle, we believe every smile has a story. That's why our board-certified orthodontist offers the latest in Lightforce custom braces and is recognized as a top Invisalign provider nationwide. We love helping kids as young as 6 start their journey to achieve their best smile, and we make it easy for families with free initial consultations, all insurances accepted, and no interest payment plans. Your best smile starts here. Core Orthodontics in Newcastle and Ada.
All right, welcome to Tiger TV, Tuttle Coaches Show. It's Coach Brad Ballard, Eli Pagel, voice of the Tigers, calls the play-by-play for us. I'm Kevin Rogers. Thanks for joining us today. We've got a lot to talk about here. Had really good game this past weekend. Another amazing outing by the Tigers. So let's just jump right into it and talk about whatever you think of.
Well, I mean, the first question really to get out there is, when's the last time your teams have scored 60-plus points 2 weeks in a row? Do you remember that ever happening before?
No, never. And I've been doing it it's been 28 years now, and it never happened.
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about kind of the high-powered nature of this Tiger offense this year a lot, and then you go out and you score 10 touchdowns 2 weeks in a row, which even if you're just, doesn't matter who you're playing, 10 touchdowns is a lot. And so the execution level is really, really high, and it just speaks to, and the other thing is, you look around at who's scoring those touchdowns. You've got multiple guys every week. It's not like you have, if you listen to some of the stats on like Derrick Henry when he was in high school, I think he averaged 4 or 5 touchdowns a game, which is insane. But it's not like you have a guy like that that's just an absolute freak of nature that's taken over the game. It's 3 or 4 or 5 different guys scoring every week, and scoring multiple different ways. Punt returns for touchdowns, catching the ball, running the ball, just doing it every which way and sharing the wealth. And so that's the thing I think that is really cool to watch, is just to see how many people are involved in scoring those points.
It's a great point. And, our goal as a program coming into the year was be aggressive. No matter what we're doing, offense, defense, special teams, we want to be aggressive.
Yeah.
I think that shows in our attitude. We want to defend every blade of grass on the field, and we want to attack every blade of grass on the field. And we're going to go at it. And the kids have done a great job. But I think the thing that sticks out to me more than anything is, I told you this before the game, I think we had a really good week of practice. Yeah. Tuesday, Wednesday practice was really, really good. And, coming off of the Medill game and the long trip. And, I knew our kids would be excited to play because it's Bethany, and we've played them so many times in so many big games.
Yeah.
I knew our kids would be up, but I'm telling you, these guys lock in during the week and prepare mentally. And that allows them to play freely, allows them to play fast, and they're not worried about what if. I mean, we're going to get our eyes where they belong. We're going to pull the trigger and go. So really happy with them. Points. I mean, we've scored some on special teams the last few weeks. We've got guys with interceptions scoring or getting close to scoring. The quarterback is just putting it where it needs to be. Got a ton of receivers contributing. I mean, I know Jalen's numbers have looked real gaudy the last couple of weeks, but I mean, the role that Jordan plays and the role that Donnie's playing, and Major and Bear and all the guys, Jet. I mean, they're all playing their role really well, and gives us some depth and some choices and different options as we move forward. So, I think you've seen the fullback in there quite a bit lately with Wick, and Sean's doing what Sean's called to do when it's his time, and we're not giving it up to the other team, which is very, very important.
Yeah, before the game the other night, I think it was 12-2 in the turnover battle over the course of the season, which anytime you're, plus 10 in the turnover battle, that's looking pretty good there. I think got 2 more. I think we'll call it the JV defense, got 2 the other night when they were in there. And I don't know, I should have checked this before. I think we may have had someone from every class, freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, score the other night. Because Brody Dobbs got in the end zone again.
That's true.
And so had freshmen score there. So, again, from top to bottom, they're playing well. A shutout, and this is the thing, too. We'll flip to the other side of the ball. To pitch a shutout in high school football when effectively you started having substitutions halfway through the third quarter. So you've got a quarter and a half of substitutes coming in and playing, and they're playing well, too. Getting turnovers, being in the right spot. They're not a huge drop-off that you see there. And the cool thing when I watch those kids is you see those kids playing hard. Mm-hmm. They come in, they're not looking at the scoreboard. They're not looking and saying, hey, we're up 48-0, we're up 55-0. Let's get out here and goof around and be all flashy and that kind of stuff. They get in there and they're locked in. And I think part of that speaks to that upper class setting that tone, because I think that practice the next week, if those guys got in there and didn't lock in, it would be really rough for those guys.
You're exactly right. They hold each other to a certain standard, of competition and effort. And listen, that's been in the genetics of Tuttle football for a long, long time. Before I got here, even just the work and the expectation to play hard. And we talk about it a lot. We have to represent this community with our blue collar effort. I mean, that's why we win. That's why people come to watch. That's why the guys that live in this town and people that live in this town like watching them play, because they play hard.
Yeah.
And, the young guys understand. And we talked about it at halftime. We said, listen, we've got a chance to get some guys in the game. The expectation doesn't change. I mean, you're going to run what we call, and you're going to run it well. And I thought the older guys did a great job of stepping up to the front of the sidelines and cheering them on and rooting for them. And those are fun things to see on a Friday night. It was just an all-around good night. They did a great job. I did not expect that at all.
Yeah, no, I think jumped on them quick and just kind of kept the foot on the gas. That was the thing that I loved too, was kept the pedal to the metal there. And we'll get into some replays and stuff later. But let's talk about Saturday. Cool experience for you and Dylan. We're going to jump in there. OU Texas didn't have the outcome that we wanted. But it was Dylan's first trip down there to the Red River shootout rivalry, whatever you want to call it. That's one of the coolest atmospheres in football, period, down there.
No doubt. And it's almost like a rite of passage when you grow up in this state. Like my dad's grandparents took him, my dad took me when I was young. I got to go with my son yesterday. And those are things. And, football is just part of the fabric of this whole state. It always has been. And it doesn't get any better than that. The people from Texas love their team. The people from Oklahoma, love their team, and they both hate the other one's team. And they're very vocal about it and very upfront about it at the game. You can't tell someone about another team driving their bus through the middle of the midway to get to the stadium. And, everybody, of course, telling them they're number one
Right.
the way in. And it's an unbelievable sight. You can't describe it. You know that.
Right.
A beautiful day, man, heck of a game for about 3 quarters. But hey, you got to give them credit. One team made the plays down the stretch and one team didn't. And it comes down to, we just talked about turnovers, right?
Yeah.
One team was -3. Had some mess ups here and there. Couldn't get off field on third downs, and one team did. I mean, one running back had about 100 yards rushing, and one didn't. I mean, those are things that, as we get further in the season, I mean, people say defense wins championships. True, very true. But you have to run the ball, stop the run, and not give it to the other team. And those were 2 really good defenses yesterday.
Yeah, it's funny. We do keys to the game before the game every week, and the longer the season goes, it seems like the simpler the keys get.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, hey, you really just have to do the basic things right at a high level to win games. That's really what sometimes we make this game way too complicated. And really it's about doing the little things right at a high level over and over and over and over. And then the team that doesn't do that usually loses.
If you listen to Coach Venables after the game yesterday, it was very interesting. He talked about, we made some errors, just simple football errors, blocking and tackling. I mean, we want to put all these pretty spins and fancy names on this game, but it's about blocking and tackling and just effort. And, it was an awesome day yesterday, good game to see. I wish it would have turned out differently, but all I can kind of control is the Tuttle Tigers. So,
yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And that's one of the cool things that we have here at Tuttle too, is the stadium we have, the atmosphere that we're building. The crowd was fantastic Friday night.
Beautiful crowd. They were awesome.
Yeah. I mean, just electric in there. We had the Palm Girls at halftime, the Little League Palm Clinic at halftime, which brought a lot of people, I think. But I think the warmer weather helped. I'm ready for some cooler weather, but I think the warmer weather helped. But it was a really, really good crowd. And a really fun atmosphere, and especially if you were a Tuttle Tiger.
No doubt about it. Those are good Friday nights, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Ready to take a break here?
Let's take a break.
Yeah, let's take a break on Tiger TV. We'll be back in just a minute.
When it comes to keeping Tuttle comfortable, local matters.
That's why families trust Koch's Mechanical Heat and Air, your hometown heating and cooling expert.
Owned and operated right here in Tuttle by Bo Kokenauer and his family, Koch's Mechanical knows what our Oklahoma weather can dish out.
And they're here to keep your home just right all year long.
They're not just serving the community, they're part of it.
Koch's Mechanical is proud to be the official Heat and Air sponsor of Tiger TV.
Koch's Mechanical Heat and Air, where local matters and your comfort comes first.
As a mama, you're constantly pulled in every direction. HotWorks is where you get to hit pause. Sweat out the stresses you recenter in just 30 minutes. You deserve this.
Over the years, a lot has changed. Thankfully, in Tuttle, a few things have stayed the same. The people here are still the best, the school's teams are always competitive, and Williams Plumbing Service is still serving the community. For all your plumbing needs, call Williams Plumbing Service. One family serving Tuttle since 1949. Thank you, Tuttle, and go Tigers.
Williams Foods, more than a grocery store. At Williams Foods, we pride ourselves on our meats, and we have the best, the freshest, the most tender meat money can buy. There is no better meat in the world. Williams Foods cuts it fresh every day, just the way you like it. Don't be fooled by big box stores that don't cut their meat on site. We do meat right and better than anyone. Williams Foods, where we still sack and carry out your groceries for you because you deserve it. Williams Foods, your fresh meat, fresh produce, and much more store since 1971. Contemporary Family Dentistry Newcastle has been serving the Tri-City community since 2008 and is excited to announce the opening of our second location in Blanchard. Don't have dental insurance? That's not a problem at Contemporary Family Dentistry. We have a $250 annual membership that covers cleanings and exams, eliminating the feeling that you can't go to the dentist. For more information, visit our website at www.cfdok.com.
The First National Bank and Trust Company presents to you the Tuttle Team Spirit Card. We proudly serve more than 20 area schools and have donated more than $82,000 in 2023. So, what are you waiting for? Support your Tuttle Tigers and make every transaction count. Come by the bank to get your Team Spirit Card today at no cost to you. The First National Bank and Trust Company. Member FDIC.
At Core Orthodontics in Newcastle, we believe every smile has a story. That's why our board-certified orthodontist offers the latest in Lightforce custom braces and is recognized as a top Invisalign provider nationwide. We love helping kids as young as 6 start their journey to achieve their best smile, and we make it easy for families with free initial consultations, all insurances accepted, and no interest payment plans. Your best smile starts here. Core Orthodontics in Newcastle and Ada.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them.
Hey, Ben.
Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most.
In Oklahoma City, see Shelter Agent Rhonda Littleton for a free insurance review.
All right, welcome back to Tiger TV. Just kind of reminiscing about some old things around here, but been talking about games. So let's jump right into some replays here. We got a lot of replays. We can just kind of chit chat as it goes along, and you can. It's on the other monitor. There you go. Trackpads. I hate trackpads on computers.
That's first play of the game. They did a nice job. Jet kind of ran by the little RPO right there. Something we work on. Excited. A little different speed. Did a good job. There you see a great job by Jalen to get under that block out there for the quick screen, and then our pursuit inside out fits correctly. Right here we lose contain off the edge, but come back and make the play. I think Brody Fisher had his best game yet. Absolutely. And he shows up a lot on this film. I thought Jet did a nice job. Jet played low safety a little bit the other night, which he hadn't done in a while, and gets out there and does a good job with it. And here you just see our offense taking what they give us. I mean, that was a heck of a throw right there. And then Jalen Lane knows what to do when he catches that. Right?
Absolutely. If he's got a step on you, it's not going to be a good day for you.
For sure.
I thought Cruz had some really good balls on that first drive, putting it where it needed to be, making some big-time throws on that one.
Absolutely, he did. Little play action pass. We knew they were going to try to target the big tight end, and there you see our guys looking and waiting for that and being where they belong and going and competing for the football.
Yeah, those big guys up front had another good week this week, and then number 11 gets it back there. You've got your options back there, number 2 or number 11, and I think about the fourth punt of the night, they kicked it toward the cheerleaders, which was the right call.
Coach Draper was pretty fired up about that.
Yeah, he was calling for him to send it to Taco Mayo.
Right here, you see what we were talking about earlier, just settling in some grass right there. Cruz seeing it, Jordan seeing it, and doing it. Right here, you'll see Jet making the play, and then Jalen trying to knock the ball out on the way by. It was those guys did a great job of making plays in space, and then they have some really nice stuff on offense. They do off their RPO stuff, and had some successful plays there. But here was a big fourth down. They went for deep there, backed up. So we get great field position right here, and Sean is kind of getting his feet under him right here, getting a feel for what's going on. You see him do that throughout a game. You can see him get more and more comfortable as it goes. So,
and we've seen that the last 2 weeks is that his first half yards per carry is less than his second half yards per carry, which is usually the other way around. Usually they're figuring you out and you're getting a little tired and those kind of things. But Sean seems to pick up steam as the game goes along.
And I think offensive line wise, you just start to wear on people after a while as well, and they're doing a great job. And Sean's putting the ball where it should be and getting in the end zone. And right here, you see our defensive line really making plays and letting our linebackers run. And Fish can run. This is a big return by Jalen. Picks up a great block.
Yep. Makes 2 miss.
Here. Yep. Gets back to the middle of the field and finds his way back to the sideline where he can use his speed. And you can see our guys right beside there, people running with him and blocking him. So very, very, very great job on the front end, and our guys running like they should. You see Major Vandenberg getting in there and being physical as a safety. He had a good game the other night as well. And right there, Fish about got him another pick.
It's the second one he's batted down. He batted one down at Medill, and I think Jet's right behind him there coming in, and Jet has a lot of green grass in front of him if he's able to catch that one on the run.
Yeah, I think Jet will tell you Fish owes him a couple from right there, and then Jet got a pick the other night to go score, and Fish had a penalty on that one to get it called back. So I imagine we'll hear about that this afternoon when they come in. So.
Well, Fish tried to make up for it with a couple of big hits later in the game. He was really physical the other night.
I think he's finally starting to get comfortable, and you can see his confidence just growing each week. He fits great. He runs really well, exceptionally well, and just learning where to fit in. I mean, that's, everything's a process. You're not ever going to be perfect day one. That's why great teams will progress as the years go, and that's what we're trying to do, and just get better each week, understanding where we should go, when we should go, and we know how to go.
Right.
Just everyone kind of getting their wits about them and not panicking. Just play your position, play your role. So he did an awesome job. Yeah, and I was happy for him.
Yeah, and I love to see on the offensive side, you watch those first 2 drives, and it's a lot of Cruz Campbell throwing it around the field, kind of spreading things out there. And then that third drive, it's back to Sean Rounsaville, pounding it on the ground. And so that's again, taking what they're giving you and really making them pick drive to drive. What are you going to try and stop?
Well, if we're going to be a great football team, we've got to be efficient at all of it. We can't be deficient in any of it. It will take everything you have in every phase of the game to win, and that's really where we're trying to go.
Yeah, absolutely. We got some more replays to look at.
Yep.
What's that second group? Second quarter.
Again, you can just see him filling gaps in the ball, having to bounce, and that's what you're after on defense. You're trying to flatten out that offense and make things bounce where you can use your speed. We can run this year. There's Big Fish running through and making a play. Bear can run too. So a little stun up the middle. We got pressure off the edge. I believe that's Noah in there. Is that correct? Off the edge, and then
Wick and Fisher and Slate Snyder in there.
They're playing really solid, and right here, I think all 3 D linemen beat their guy. We got to make that tackle the first time, but you can see Noah making a hustle play off of it, and then back to the ground we go. And this was a big run. You can see the receivers blocking downfield and trying to keep people from piling on our running backs, and this was a big play too.
Yeah, big throw there, getting it out, moving the chains. I think it was 3rd and long at that point after a penalty.
Yes, it was. We got behind him and had to come out with the big one. And then, Sean knows what to do here. Just chunks of 5 and 6 at a time. I mean, it just keeps chains moving. It keeps you out of a bad position on first down. Hopefully you don't end up 3rd and long.
Right.
You want to always be 3rd and manageable if we get to 3rd. So, and back to defense now. They got a little run game going. They had a couple of nice plays here on offense. So try to run a little speed option at us and get the quarterback corralled there for a 1-yard gain. And again, they're still trying to run the ball, and we're up pretty big right here. So we feel like we've got things in contain mode here and just trying to play great defensive tackle. And right there, quick screen, you can see us playing off of a block and getting out there to make a tackle. This is a big play.
Yeah, breaks a couple tackles here. And then puts a guy on skates. heads across the field, and here comes help. This is what's awesome. You got Jordan coming in, getting a block. Here comes Donnie down the field making a block, and then Wick's there just in case he's needed.
Wick was there for the party. He was just celebrating with him. So
he came all the way across the field to him, though. To his credit, he traveled all 50 yards across the field with him.
I tell you what's funny, if you really watch that play, you see Jordan turn and look over his outside shoulder to that sideline. Remember that guy came off sideline, tackled him on the front return the week before.
So he was looking.
His head was on a swivel every direction. But those are hustle plays, and those are unselfish plays when you see all those guys blocking for one another and running down to celebrate. That's what it's all about. And these guys work extremely hard. I know everybody's ready to celebrate what they do in a game right now, but when you ask us, we'll tell you, hey, we had the right kind of off season, or we had the right kind of preseason practice. That's where it all begins. And these guys have put in countless hours when nobody's watching. And it's exciting to see them go out here and do that stuff.
Yeah, and you can really see that stacking up. You can see the preparations there, and that's really the only way that you can go out there and execute at a high level is when the preparation's right. That's not something that just, hey, these guys are real talented and they roll out there and flip the switch. That switch that people talk about, that's an imaginary thing. That's not a real thing. That switch was flipped, like you talked about, in your preseason. In your workouts, in your preparation week to week, in your practice week to week. It's real hard to have a bad week of practice and then come and flip the switch to a good week on the field. And that's in every sport. Sure. I mean, even as an adult, it's tough to have a bad night of sleep and show up at the office ready to go. So these guys are kind of proven, hey, when we talk to you and we talked before the game, said, hey, we had a good week of practice. That translates on the field to 69-0. Now, it's not always going to be 69-0, but you roll out there, have a good week of practice, have a good Friday night. That's what you want.
The military special forces, and we say it to our team as well, like their thing was always, hey, when everything hits the fan, you're not going to rise to the occasion. You're going to fall to the level of your training. So we try to practice fast. We try to push them and put them in places in practice that might be more difficult than what they're going to get in the game. And we just believe that if we can make practice difficult and we play at a great tempo and pace in practice, then the game should be fine.
Yeah. No, and you can see the tempo. I mean, the Tiger offense can go quick sometimes. We every once in a while we'll have to tell Kevin, hey, we're going quick. Don't get a long replay. We'll miss a play, but definitely go quick.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, you want to look at next set of
look at it. Yeah,
fire it on there. I should be moving on to third quarter here.
It's probably that first drive of the second half. We have a really nice one. Sean breaks a beautiful run here, just bouncing off of people, and got a few guys out trying to get out there and block for him too, but come back with a little play action look here.
It's a well-placed ball right there.
Only Donnie could catch that one, and beautiful throw, beautiful design. Coach Brandt had a good one dialed up there, and you can see the linebackers again just filling it up. Ball cuts back, and Fish is right there to make the play. And again, we're not letting them just run straight downhill on us. Things are flattening out. We're making them cut and move, and we're filling them up, and we're there when it matters. And then you can see what were small gains to start the game, 3-yard carries, and now turning into 5 and 6, and just starting to chunk at them a little bit. These are the things that break a defense and really get in their heads. So just trying to impose your will on another team, and that's what our offensive lineman did the other night.
Yeah, absolutely. You could really tell it was wearing on them as down the stretch, and that line was fresh, and they were ready to keep pounding on them.
You're getting yourself in second and short, third and short here, and again, I thought Sean had some really nice runs, and then that's about the third one here in the last couple of series that he's done a great job. And
yeah, I think he finished the half. So this would be third quarter highlights. He finished the half 7 carries, 45 yards, and a touchdown. And before the third quarter was over, I think he was, 14 carries over 100 and something yards and a couple more touchdowns.
It was a great one right here. You see Sean gets pressure on the quarterback, or is that we got pressure on the quarterback anyway, and then Jet returns it to the touchdown, but we get a penalty on it. So here, I don't know how that guy caught that.
Miracle.
Somebody had a great chance. It was up in the air for anybody to catch, but how his guy was there was miraculous.
And here they get a bad snap on punt, and we get a pin back here again, and We got Carter in there now, I believe, and Parker Madison, the quarterback, and Carter's in there running the ball, and we got some different faces out there for everyone to see, which is fun. It's still in the third quarter, and we're able to get guys in the ball game. It's fun.
Yeah, and that young line did the same thing. They came in and got a good push for you, held the line, and had success. And if we look at those fourth quarter highlights, we'll see that young group still in there has some success.
They're doing what they're supposed to do, and call a little quarterback outside zone play to Parker here, and Parker goes in basically untouched. He knew exactly who to go behind and did a nice job. And here you can see some of our young guys on defense.
Popping the ball out there, getting it back.
Did a great job. I
think Easton Benton popped that one out.
Easton Benton was in there. We had a couple of backup DBs in the game. A couple of young guys in there, really. Brooks Wood was one of the safeties, a freshman, and Grayson Corley was in there at corner. We had some young guys in the game. Right here, we still got Carter Van Auken in the game at running back, and he's doing a nice job. But you can see the push from the offensive line, and that's what makes all of this go, is those guys doing what they're supposed to do. And Carter did a great job of getting in there behind his blocks and falling to the end zone.
Yeah, I think that was Braxton Howell and Henry Brand leading the way.
Come back here, and the outside linebacker, Benton misses the play, but Grayson Corley makes it there, the freshman. And you just see guys going to the ball. I mean, that's what it's all about. Those young guys want to be out there. You see Brooks Wood at safety there. He's not very big, but he will pop you. So Brooks will go get it and get after it. And all kinds of young guys in here now. And again, there's Easton Benton coming back and making another tackle. He had a few tackles in there in the second half. And now you can see Tucker Howell playing some quarterback, handing off here to Dobbs. I believe that is at tailback now. Yep.
Yes.
That's Dobbs and Henry Brand at fullback there. And got guys blocking out on the perimeter, doing a great job. Nice work. Everybody's playing their role well. I mean, that's it. We've put 3 different groups of skill kids in here now, and it doesn't look a lot different. So
no, you see the ball, when the ball's being snapped and you're watching the play at or in front of where the ball was snapped, that's a good sign from that offensive line. And that's what you were seeing right there. They weren't going backwards. They weren't retreating.
That's right.
So that was fun to watch, and good to see all those guys get meaningful minutes against a team like Bethany they're going to be well coached. They're going to be ready to go. And that was just I mean, if you want to almost call it an anomaly that it went the way that it went, but it wasn't. It was the guys coming out, and they were ready for it. They wanted that action. They wanted full speed, full tilt, and you could tell from the get-go.
They like to compete. Our guys like to compete, and I think that's what gives them a chance to play well. They compete in practice every day. They're harder on each other than anybody else could be, and that gives us a chance. They don't mind being pushed. They don't mind being coached. They want to get after it. And I'm telling you, as long as we continue to have good practice, we keep getting better. There's still a lot of things we need to clean. I was making my list earlier before. We'll have to go have our coaches meeting and team meeting here a little bit, but I had my list of things, and I still think there's things we have to adjust and get better at, and our coaches will be there doing that. So, we talked about the shutout and the JV guys going in and playing. It's really, really hard for everything to go well enough to have a shutout. I mean, you're talking about 14 to 18-year-old kids out there, teenage boys especially, paying attention long enough to, not having a phone in their hand. Paying attention long enough to do everything right to have a shutout. And a lot of credit goes to all these guys. They work hard during the week. They pay attention. They don't get all the reps the ones do, but they're expected to know what's going on.
Yeah.
So sometimes that's a tough life as a freshman and sophomore.
And sometimes all it takes to kind of ruin that shutout is just one guy not doing what he's supposed to do. So you got 11 of them out there doing their job. One thing defensively the other night that I really thought was exciting to see is even if the first guy didn't make the play that was there, you had the first guy sort of disrupting the play, and it wasn't long till there was a second and third guy there making the play. You saw it a couple of times where, you missed that first tackle with somebody coming in, hard, but that second guy's right there. And so that's guys flying to the football, and backing each other up, and you see it on the blocking down the field, that same mentality of, hey, we're not stopping until this thing's done.
It's a group effort. I mean, defense is a group activity for sure, and these guys don't mind playing their role and being part of a really good group.
All right. Well, let's take another break here on Tiger TV. We're going to take one more break here from some of our sponsors, and then we'll be back here in just a minute.
Whether you just came from a workout or you're just out and about, our Social Sips have everything you need to feel good to feel good. Here at Social, we have a variety of teas, shakes, social bowls, or you can even try one of our cold brew coffees, made with you in mind. At Mustang Social and Hometown Social, it's always tea time.
There's a few things we live by in Oklahoma: honesty, integrity, and hard work. At Triton Foundation Repair, if you don't need foundation repair work, we will be the company that tells you, because when you do need it, we want to be the company that doesn't. Honesty, integrity, and hard work. Triton Foundation Repair.
At Marshall Auto Supply, our Napa certified parts professionals are here to help. We stock a wide variety of parts and accessories for all makes and models. Marshall Auto Supply. Stop by or call us today. Located in Chickasha or on Main Street in Tuttle.
At Core Orthodontics in Newcastle, we believe every smile has a story. That's why our board-certified orthodontist offers the latest in Lightforce custom braces and is recognized as a top Invisalign provider nationwide. We love helping kids as young as 6 start their journey to achieve their best smile, and we make it easy for families with free initial consultations, all insurances accepted, and no interest payment plans. Your best smile starts here. Core Orthodontics in Newcastle and Ada.
High-speed fiber internet is now available from Tuttle Broadband. Get faster speeds, up to 1 gigabyte in the most modern service available. Stream your favorite shows and get connected with no service contract and competitive pricing. Tuttle Broadband. Schedule your installation today. High-speed fiber internet for a more connected Tuttle.
Life is complex enough. With decades of experience, Cornerstone Insurance Group makes insurance simple. We can help with coverage for your home, farm, or ranch, coverage for all the drivers, cars, and equipment in and around your house, coverage for your business, large or small, life insurance to give you peace of mind. Call or stop by today, and one of our experienced, licensed agents will shop dozens of insurance companies for you, saving you time and money. Call our office or visit us online at oklahomainsured.com.
At Tactical Pest Solutions, we prevent pests from taking over. Our defense will give you peace of mind, keeping your home or business safe from pesky bugs or creepy crawlers. Our tactical approach proactively treats your spaces before high-traffic pest season. Make an appointment today, even if you haven't seen indications of bugs or pests, so we can play defense for your home team. Give us a call and let's keep your home or business free of what's bugging you. Tactical Pest Solutions. We can beat the bugs to the punch.
All right. Welcome back to Tiger TV, Total Coaches Show, featuring Coach Brad Ballard and Eli Pagel. I'm Kevin Rogers. We're going to continue on a little conversation here, talk a little more specifically about a couple of different players. Our player to watch was Jalen, and he was also our offensive player of the game.
He was our special teams.
He was our special teams player of the game. Returns. Yeah. Then we had Fisher.
Brody Fisher was our defensive player of the game.
And an offensive player was Cruz Campbell on the night. So let's look at that first run there on the first package there.
This is Cruz doing Cruz things, and I mean, just big time throws down the field, hitting Jalen in stride. And that's, Jalen's already at a high rate of speed. So if you hit him in stride, it's going to be a good day. Just a quick throw, getting it out of his hands, trusting his receivers to do work, and they're going to keep fighting for yards.
Yeah, he's always making people miss.
And This is Jalen. Sorry, this is Jalen highlight package.
Yeah, we're doing
my
the Jalen.
apologies. Here's the return. Makes a couple guys miss there, and then again, it's a foot race, and Jalen's going to win most of those.
He's going to win that one.
Now, this is the fun one we looked at a few minutes ago.
And breaking tackles, running through tackles there.
Just look at these guys just dancing. He's just dancing around them. It's so impressive to watch that.
Yep. Then all
the blockers coming up.
Donnie getting in there, helping him.
Really just found a wall right there to finish it off.
Yeah.
He's that punt return. I mean, he's kind of on his own to make the first one miss.
Yep. Yeah.
And then if he can get by that one, it's on, and he knows what to do with it. He did a really good job getting to the middle of the field and then playing off of it. But the last catch there with the big run, that's pretty much him. I mean, we didn't have a lot of people on that side. He was getting the ball because he was singled up anyway, and then coming back across. I mean, for Donnie and Jordan and Wick and those guys to be paying attention and hustling enough to position and then not make a bad turn back block. I think Donnie used to struggle with that a year ago. Donnie did a good job of not making an illegal block, putting his hands on him and running him, and those are awesome ways to score.
Yeah, and if you really take that play and break it down, that was a 9-yard pass, is what that was. It turned into a 69-yard touchdown. I think we gave him credit for 70, but 69-yard touchdown pass. But you take in the east to west running, and it was about 119 yards of actual travel to get into the end zone on that touchdown.
It took the full force of our replay system right there. We had to run 20 seconds on that one just to get the whole play in.
Just to be good.
Yeah, just to get it in. And there's a lot of opportunities for something to go wrong in all that, width and breadth of a play, but did a good job keeping it clean and getting it in the end zone.
Sure did. That's team effort right there.
Yeah, go ahead and play that second package there on, I think this is the defensive package of Fisher.
Is this Fisher?
Yeah.
Yeah. Does a good job of not taking off chasing ghosts there. He's starting to get more and more comfortable with his job and the route progression he's playing in that time, it just opens up and he gets to run through and make the tackle and does a great job of it. All right, here, quarterback gets bottled up by a bunch of them, but Fish is right there to get after it and get the sack, so it comes on a little stunt. Now this one ball bounces and he's the only linebacker left, and you have to make those plays. That's a one-on-one tackle.
That was a solid impact there.
He's in the game.
Brace yourself.
And that was our brace yourself moment of the game from core orthodontics right there. But I think you watch and watch his feet at the beginning of these plays, and his footwork's getting a lot better. His first step's getting a lot better. On that play where he drops back and gets a hand on it, he doesn't have any wasted steps on that first read and gives him an opportunity to drop back where he needs to be. People, I don't think, younger guys, if you're watching, those things matter. Those things matter. Those things are the difference between a tipped ball and a ball getting past you to a receiver. And I know it sounds tedious and it sounds minute and it sounds boring about, hey, what's my first step doing? What are my feet doing? But that's the key to success a lot of times, is getting down to that level of detail.
If you were in off season with us and every afternoon we're doing footwork stuff, you would hear us say, have you ever been this close to making a play? Well, if you take the wrong step to start the play, you're this far from making the play. Now, if we can slow you down long enough where your steps are efficient and everything's correct, you can close that gap. And we can't always make you faster, but we can help you be more efficient with your feet and take less wrong steps. And I think that's where he's at. And every kid does it. Every young kid wants to go out there and just run 100 miles an hour, and they think that's where more tackles are. No, more tackles are slowing down, being patient, not wasting steps, not chasing ghosts, having your eyes where they belong, reading your key and fit. Yeah. And that's what he's doing. He had a great night. And when he got there, he was physical.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's where you can tell that's another way you can tell that first step's really good, is that when you get there, you're ready to impact the play. You're ready to be full speed or maximum velocity.
Certainly.
When you're there. That's when you know that you played that right. Your eyes were in the right spot. That's something we talk about is sort of eye discipline. Having your eyes, a lot of times we talk about the TikTok generation and their eyes are always kind of scanning around and flittering about. Well, eye discipline in football is important. You got to have your eyes in the right spot, and then your feet have to do the right things, and the rest will usually take care of itself.
I agree, 100%.
All right, well, let's roll that next one. This is going to be all pass plays here. Looking at Cruz Campbell getting the ball away.
Another one, big time throw, fitting it over a defender and dropping it in there for his receiver, again, to catch it and make a play on it. Dropping back, keeping his feet active, just putting a bullet in there to Jalen, trusting him to do his thing.
It's easy to watch Cruz play this position.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He makes it look really, really effortless. And again, I'll say the same thing that I've said about all these guys. What you don't see, what he does when people aren't watching, is what makes him great. It's his preparation. You wouldn't believe the arm care routine that he has. His warm up progression. I mean, his cool down progression, his shoulder maintenance. He takes care of himself, his mind, his body, his game, all of it. He does such a great job, and that's what lets him go out here and flourish like this.
Yeah, if you're watching him and think, man, that looks different than some of them other guys on the other side of the ball. It is. Intentionally, it's different. For all those reasons you just mentioned, taking care of yourself, making sure your body's in tip-top shape, making sure you're ready to go.
And then he's got weapons too. I mean, he's not afraid to throw the ball where it goes to grass or a 5-yard route, or like you said a minute ago, 9-yard pass route, but that thing goes 60 because he's got cats out there. And I don't know. I think the thing that separates him when you just watch it, what jumps out to me is he lets go of the ball on time.
Yeah.
If you wait till someone's open, it's too late. I mean, he understands things well enough to let the ball go before it matters. And
no, there's a lot of young quarterbacks that first pass we watched out to the flat out there, they don't see that as open because there's a defender between him and the receiver. And they don't trust their arm enough to throw it there. Or that touchdown, the first touchdown pass to Jalen Lane, when Cruz lets that ball go, Jalen's probably not technically open.
Mm-hmm.
He's probably not past that defender yet. But Cruz knows he's going to clear that defender, knows where he should be when he clears that defender, and puts the ball there and throws it, like you said, on time so that Jalen's catching it in stride and heading to the end zone.
He understands leverage. He understands what he's looking at. And if he doesn't in the first series, he'll come over here and bury himself in that iPad with Coach Shoup, and they'll have it figured out before he goes back out. And that's what you want out of that position. And I can't think of anything else he could be for us, to be honest with you. He's such a special football player, and he's a good leader for our team. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, he's done a great job, and you can tell that the guys around him trust him. That's
Sure.
the other thing with a kind of a high caliber player like that. Sometimes that the star sometimes tries to outshine those around him, and he doesn't. He really tries to make everybody around him shine. And he's not locked in on one guy either.
Yeah.
I mean, we read the stats going down the line of who has touchdown receptions this year and who has the number of receptions this year, and it's 5, 6, 7
it's a long
guys
list
that he's throwing the ball to and trusting them to do their job.
And another thing about Cruz Campbell is he kind of does it quietly.
Mm-hmm.
Is there's not a lot of flash and pizzazz, and you don't see him, showing a whole lot of emotion and stuff. I mean, he shows a little. He's a player, but he just seems to be business, and it seems to be pretty quiet.
He's a pretty cool character. He's not going to get rattled about too much.
No, he's not. And I think he really enjoys the process. He really enjoys working to get better, pushing himself, finding little things that he can do to gain that advantage. I think he really enjoys that, and that's why you don't hear a lot about him, because he's really enjoying what he's doing. He's having a good time working, and the results on Friday night.
If someone will give him the right opportunity, he will soar. I know he's going to have some opportunities to play football after high school, but the sky's the limit for him. I really do. I think all the kid needs is a chance to excel at a high level, and he'll do everything else he can do. So he's just waiting for that right opportunity, and it's there. It'll happen for him.
Yeah, somebody's gonna notice it, and they'll take note. And Cruz is the kind of player too that in a big game, I'm not worried about him showing up. He's gonna show up in these big games as we hopefully get later in the year with a little bit more on the line. I think that's where he's really gonna have a coming out party and really shine for others to see. Those of us that are around the program that have been watching for the last couple of years, we know, we see it, we appreciate it, and we're excited to see everybody else kind of realize it and have their aha moment with Cruz Campbell.
Absolutely. 100%.
Well, that one's in the books. I think we beat that horse as far as we can beat it. Right, that Bronco. We beat that Bronco.
That's right.
We can there. So no pun intended, or maybe a little pun. I don't know.
Yeah.
But let's kind of look forward. We got Tecumseh. That's the game on the schedule this week coming up.
Thursday night game, fall break game.
Sure.
So head to Tecumseh Thursday night. Again, should be the Tigers, if they go in and handle business, if they go in and approach it the way they've approached the last few games, they should have success.
There'll be some new challenges this week. They're a team that throws the ball about 70% of the time. It's not uncommon for them to throw it 60 times a game. So they'll let it rip. They're going to be in some weird formations. They're going to try to spread you out and do some different things than the people we've been playing. So it'll be a challenge for us. Of course, road trips are always a challenge with high school kids. So it'll be a different looking game probably than you've seen from other people's offense, but a challenge we're looking forward to.
Yep, absolutely. And that's an opportunity for the guys up front to get some sacks and the guys in the back end of that defense. I know they're going to be licking their chops for the ball to be in the air quite a bit.
They'll be excited. It'll be a fun. You won't have to get their attention to practice. They'll be fired up about that.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. Got some other good things happening around. I was checking my phone the last commercial break to see if the softball bracket had been released for the state tournament. Softball making another trip to the state tournament, hopefully trying to go, I think, for their 12th state title here. So we always love to see those girls have success. Had some adversity getting through the playoffs, lost their first game in regionals, then made their way through super regionals. So they're back in state this week. The bracket should be released any moment. This afternoon to see when they play. They'll play Thursday, Friday, and Saturday if they keep winning. So that first game will be sometime Thursday. Our hope is that we get an early softball draw on Thursday or midday.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can go watch softball, cheer them on. They get a victory, and then everybody can head to Tecumseh and watch some football Thursday night as well.
That'd be a perfect scenario.
That'd be ideal.
I just hope people don't get. I hope we don't get spoiled to what Coach Cobb and her team have done. It's really hard to do. And I know at Tuttle we've been blessed a lot with success, but it's a hard thing to do. I hope people don't take success for granted because our kids work extremely hard in every sport. And that sport deserves a lot of credit. They work hard and it's the hottest time of the year.
Yeah.
It's a grind and they play all the time. And just for them to focus in, get that done, lose the first game of regionals, come back and win 5 in a row to get to the state tournament, it's a big thing.
Yep, absolutely. So we're rooting for them. I know there'll be a send-off, so stay tuned on Facebook and social media and all that to root them on. Hopefully we'll start seeing those signs pop up along the highway. Take State. We always love to see those out there, so it'll be a fun one. It'll play Thursday. We don't know what time yet, but it'll be Thursday at Hall of Fame Stadium up in Oklahoma City.
All right. Anything else on the agenda?
Go Tigers.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Go Tigers. All right. Well, I think that's going to do it for another round of the Tuttle Coaches Show. Thanks for joining us again. Tecumseh on Thursday night. We'll be back on Sunday with the Coaches Show again. So look forward to seeing